Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. My name's Chris, and I am the host and organizer for the Model 3 Challenge. And I just wanted to sort of provide some insight into what it is we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. And also show you some video of an example, of a race that took place at Lime Rock Park just about a week ago. So let's jump right into it. So why on earth have we decided to race EVs? Well, that's a great question, but there's a few different reasons why. And, I think primarily for me, as someone who had driven internal combustion engine vehicles for years, what I really sort of valued in a car was just the ability to, drive to work, drive it to school, wherever, I need to go, and then also be able to take it out on the track and enjoy it and bring it home in one piece. And the Model 3 is really an excellent platform for doing exactly that. It really thrives as sort of a dual purpose car. It's comfortable for the street, it's great as a daily driver, you plug it in every night, it's ready to go the next morning. It has very low maintenance, there's really no running costs. So from that perspective, just as a daily driver, it was a great car. But it also works pretty well on the track. It's got a very compliant chassis setup, double wishbone front, multi-link rear, and with some modifications, that's primarily to the dampers, it can turn into a really pretty fun, capable platform on the track. And so, I drove this car at HPDs and Time Attack for, a few years. And the one thing that I didn't love about it was that you could only get about maximum power out of it for, 6 to 8 minutes, depending on the track, tires, setup, all that. A stock car could probably go 15 minutes or so, but once you start modifying it and you're on the throttle longer, that kind of starts to become an issue. So we took that into account and we said, okay, we have a great platform that's, a really good dual purpose car, but, you can only run it for a few laps before you have to back off. So, it's not great as a time attack car, although it can do it. It takes a lot of strategy and some luck to get a good lap time. So what we wanted to do was create a format where you could run the car for, a 15-minute session without seeing this, big drop off in power. And so fortunately, I teamed up with Mountain Pass Performance, who I bought a ton of their parts and, have always been really supportive and really focused on this platform. And we came up with a way to basically have it so that the car can run 15 minutes without a big power drop. And kind of as an added bonus, we can also equalize the power across multiple platforms so that you don't necessarily need a performance model to participate in this series. You could also use a rear-wheel drive, a normal all-wheel drive. So, really just kind of broadening the scope so that people who already have a car don't need to go get a new car to participate. And so with that being said, pretty much what we're doing is we're taking cars that can be driven on the street and driven on the track. We're limiting them to just under about 300 horsepower. And that's allowing them to run pretty much a full 15-minute race without, this huge drop off in power. Running really competitively with cars that are all spec'd, similarly, although you can pretty much go from an almost completely stock car to a pretty, well-built car. So there's definitely some variance in there. And ultimately have fun, right? Because I think the main objective of anyone going to the track is they want to go there and they want to have fun. And that's really, a big focus of this series. Okay, so we know that we've got this platform that works great on the street as a daily driver and also is really competent at the racetrack. It's got low maintenance costs, low running costs, things really don't break. You don't have to change the oil every event. It's a pretty easy car to just hop in and drive. And now we've limited the power so that we can, go 15-minute sessions without, experiencing these huge power losses. So at this point, we've got a pretty good base for a, fun racing series. But we also know that these are street cars, and we know that people aren't going to put a cage in it to go do a couple track events a year. And so what we've done is we've come up with a sort of hybrid between an HPDE and a time attack with a little bit of wheel-to-wheel flair where you don't have to have a caged race car to go compete in the events. And pretty much the way it works is all passes have to happen with a point buy. And they can only occur once two vehicles enter what we're calling a detection zone. And then the leading car will be getting a blue flag at the next straight to basically say, hey, this person is close enough to you to execute the pass. The pass is going to take place. The lead car stays online, reduces power a little bit. The following car executes the pass before the braking zone, and then basically the chase is on again. So pretty much what you're ending up with is kind of a lot of cat and mouse, changing of positions, but it also still gives cars the opportunity to win. And the way that we have it set up is qualifying counts as 1 points opportunity, and in a normal weekend you'd have 4 races, and those all also give opportunities for points. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of chances to come back if you have a bad race, to put up points, and to have fun. All right, so enough of me rambling on. We're going to basically jump into the race that we recorded this past weekend. So you can kind of get an idea for yourself of how the format works and how passes work, and also how competitive and tight the racing can be. So just to summarize, pretty much what we've done is we've taken a car that's great on the street, great on the track, we've extended its runtime, we're having all the cars run with other similarly spec'd cars so that it's very competitive and it mostly comes down to the driver. And we're running these tight races, and at the end of the day everybody has a lot of fun. It's low risk, there's not a lot of running costs involved. You can just drive the car home. You don't need a truck, you don't need a trailer, you're not blowing up your engine. So I think there's just a lot of positives for people who maybe want to compete but want to do it in a more relaxed manner, and also for new people who maybe don't have a lot of track experience, who want something that's just easy to drive and hop into and participate without having to go crazy building a full-out race car, again getting a truck and trailer, and just having all these moving pieces to go to the track. So I hope you enjoy it.